Paul McGuire Grimes, KSTP, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Charlize, I am so honored talking to you today. I've just been so impressed by your career and just all the different genres and characters that you've played. It's just so phenomenal. So thanks for the time today.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Yeah. Like I have like all three of these right here. Like it's just so incredible. It's fantastic. Now, there have been so many iterations of the Addams family over the years. I grew up on the 90s movies. I was Uncle Fester one year for Halloween. What is it about these characters and this world that Charles Addams created that you love so much?
I think they've been around, they've sustained for as long as they have, because I think the core of the family and the stories really always comes back to them and the deep love that they have for each other through all of their weirdness and kookiness and love for the macabre. Like they really do love each other and care for each other.
Mm-hmm. Now, I've heard about actors doing voiceover work from their closets in the bathroom during the pandemic. Did you have to do that too? And what challenges was that? How different was that than when you recorded the first movie?
Yeah, I do a lot of work in my closet. It's actually like not a joke, for real. It's the closest you get to padding, right? Because you have all the clothes hanging. So I do a lot of work from there. But I was sent a case. I sterilized it. I brought it into my house and I was walked through how to set it up. And during the lockdown, that's how we recorded a lot of the film.
That is insane to me. Just like kids probably banging on the door, like trying to record a couple lines, director telling you what to do. Is this a different acting muscle that you have to then flex that's maybe different than Mad Max Fury Road or the Fast and the Furious movies or even a heavy drama that you're so good at?
Yeah, it's just different because the process is different and kind of creating it. So the story element of it and kind of understanding the circumstance of the character and their obstacles and what they want to, what their hopes and their dreams are and the things that crush them and break their heart, like all of that stuff is the same. Mm-hmm. But you're just going about it differently, right? And so it just takes a different form of communication. You have to kind of ask different questions to your director. What is she doing in the scene? She's sitting at the table. Do you think that she's going to be walking? So things like that. It's for myself. I always love when I can learn something new. And this process was definitely something that I didn't know enough about.
Now, this movie is a road trip movie for the Addamses, and you've filmed all over the world. Are there places that you have been to that you've loved so much that you're looking forward to take your kids to one day?
Yeah, I mean, they've traveled quite a bit, extensively, actually. But I don't know how much of it they'll actually remember. So I'm looking forward to when they're a little older to kind of have that kind of travel with them,
Right.
But travel, I know what traveling did for me as a young person, and the human education that you get, the empathy that you get out of traveling is something that I think is highly underrated.
Right.
Important to go and see how other people live, to hear them, to eat with them. And I hope my kids get to experience that.
100%. Absolutely. I got the rap. Charlize, this has been phenomenal. I still think about your performance in Monster and just how incredible you were. So thank you for that too.
You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Thank you. This has been great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Paul McGuire Grimes, KSTP, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Chloe, it is really great talking to you today. I grew up on the 90s movies of the Addams family, and I just love that world. What do you love most about these characters and the world that Charles Addams has created and that these new generations can love and latch onto?
I think something that's always been intrinsic to the Addams family is how close knit they are, and that's something I think that I've always fallen in love with. And no matter what, no matter how weird they are, no matter how kooky they are, they always support each other and they allow each other to fall even deeper into their oddities, and they don't ostracize one another for that. So that's something that I have always found that I always connected to with it. Yeah.
I love hearing that's great. I love hearing that. Now, typically when you record an animated film, you do it in a booth by yourself. Did you get to hear any of your co-stars recordings just to hear like how the scene was shaping up?
Yeah, no, especially with, like the first film. I feel, going into the second film, at least I saw the first one, you know what I mean? So we knew what we were expecting. But the first one, we really had no idea what the other characters were doing. So it was interesting that, Charlize and I think our voices that we did for it really lined up in a way that it felt super linear. And that was just by happenstance. Yeah, I had no idea what she was doing and going into it. So it was perfect.
The world of animation and voice recording is so fascinating to me because it's just so different than acting in a scene with a scene partner. And then you could do it in your pajamas or just like, whatever, play around. Now, when kids hear that you voiced an animated character, what are their reactions? And do you have friends and family that like don't believe that it's you?
Oh, totally. Like I like some of my younger cousins are like, did you actually do this? And I'm like, yeah, I actually did it. Like, I know I sound different in everyday life, but I am Wednesday, I promise. So yeah, no, it's definitely it's been a fun thing. And I think, for them it's kind of a bragging right to their friends, like my cousin's Wednesday Addams. I'm like, okay, guys, calm down. But no, it's really sweet. And I love doing, the more family friendly movies, with Tom and Jerry and with Addams Family. I feel really lucky to be able to be in both.
Yeah. Oh, I love that's great. Now the character, this movie is very much about her story. Did you kind of have a say in anything that happened or how she was designed in this one now that you're taking her on again?
I was really pleasantly surprised. I didn't really know how much it was going to be really Wednesday's story until we started recording it, and I was like, okay, guys, I was like, you guys really gave me like a lot more to sink my teeth into. So I felt so happy about that and excited to really jump in, and that audiences really enjoyed Wednesday in the first one and they wanted to see more. And so we had a fun time navigating the new shades of Wednesday, more as a leading lady.
No, that's great. And I think kids, especially young girls, will like totally latch on to that. Now, when I was a kid, I dressed up as Uncle Fester for Halloween. That's
oh my God.
Yeah, I know, right? Bald cap and all. Now, do you have any fun Halloween traditions? Because I think that families will be able to watch this for Halloween if they're having like a family scary movie night.
Oh yeah, for sure. I growing up, we were always massive fans of Halloween. We deck the house out to the nines. We have like this iconic at this point Halloween party where everyone really goes all in. Like people come in prosthetics, and it's just we have like animatronic spooky things that'll pop out of doors and windows, and we really go there with our family Halloween parties. So Halloween is its own tradition in our family, 100%.
Amazing. I love hearing that. I love Halloween. This is great. Thank you, Chloe. I got the wrap. It's been great talking to you today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.